you're taking one of these Outlaw pipes off, when you put the header pipe on, try to go from the clutch side and then push toward the front brake slide, like so. And we're going to try to get it really tight. There we go. Yet I don't think I got enough wrap. Okay, so I've already broken a sweat out here in the garage, and today we're going to do something a little different. These ATVs are kind of known for heat problems where they actually overheat, and on this Outlaw ATV, I'm looking at it over here, we did increase the diameter of the radiator, which actually pushes the fan in the radiator closer to the header. I think I addressed some of the heat issue with using Amsoil antifreeze and also coolant boost in it, and we're actually running silicone hoses instead of the old radiator hoses, which will also help cut temperature. But I went ahead and I did some engine cleaning yesterday, and I took the header pipe off. And when I took the header pipe off, I normally wouldn't do this to an ATV, but I'm going to do it anyway. I found some old fiberglass heat wrap, so I'm going to go ahead and heat wrap this exhaust system to actually cut back some of the heat from going forward toward the radiator. Now on this quad, I am going to try to mount a oil cooler, which will actually help with that. I've got the parts for that. I still kind of trying to figure out where it's going to go and stuff like that. But having this header pipe so close to that radiator, I think this heat wrap will help. However, there are some downfalls if you're going to run this heat wrap off-road. Is, you know, if you get this heat wrap wet, it'll hold water, which is not good for your pipe. What can happen is on like cast headers, on like drag cars, race cars, or any kind of regular cars, because what you're doing is you're cutting the temperature from the header pipe from leaving the header. You are basically baking. You're keeping all the heat within the metal of the pipe. So if you decide to wrap your header for off-road use, you need to be aware of, don't let that thing set wet. You need to go ahead and run it and let that heat wrap burn all that moisture out of there. You don't want to run it through water and then shut it off and let this stuff hold water onto your metal pipe. You'll run into all kinds of problems. And two, you need to be aware that when you install this, it's more than likely going to smoke when you first fire your ATV up. And in my experience, it just, I mean, you'll just see the smoke come off it. It's completely normal. Two things: it's burning the color or anything that you might have touched with it, or you have an exhaust leak somewhere in the connection of the pipe, and if it leaks, it'll seep through here and burn this wrap. But on this head pipe here, we're just going to wrap it, and we're going to stop right here on the end toward the muffler. I'm not wrapping the muffler. We're just trying to keep the heat from getting toward the fan and the radiator on this. So I'll show you how to wrap with this. I think this is 2-inch. It's super easy to do. The main thing is you just got to make sure you get it tight, guys. Okay, and just remember that this heat wrap is more than likely fiberglass, so you want to kind of be careful. We're going to make sure that we have a good utility knife with a razor blade. If we have to cut it, you can cut this with scissors. We're just going to go ahead. I've got a razor blade handy. We're going to unwrap it. If I can get a link to the heat wrap, I'll put a link below. And you really just need to make sure that you're using stainless steel ties. I think these are 8-inch. If you're wrapping a car or something, you might need 12, 16, 18-inch stainless steel ties. So I think we got enough here to do this. That rusty nail. I don't even know how old this wrap is. I've had this wrap for quite a while. Forgot what I even was going to wrap with this. It may be, I think this is an extra roll from that 900 Super Sport Ducati I had. So on this head pipe here, we're going to start at the flange and work our way down. We've got 2 spring points here, so we're just going to I'm going to try to go around them. I might try to cut a hole inside of them. So what I like to do on the first one is we'll go ahead and stretch this out. I haven't done this in a long time, so just bear with me. Semi-professional redneck mechanic here. So on the initial first pull, we're going to try to get this as tight as possible, and we're going to overlap this first piece like so, and we're going to try to get it really tight. As we get farther down on the header, we're gonna go halfway wrap. We're gonna go overlap halfway, which is going to be extremely difficult to do with this. So I'm not sure what I'm actually I don't know what I'm going to do here. So what we'll do is we'll overlap this again like so. Get it as tight as we can. And as we get right here, this is our spring point. I'm going to go ahead and put a little cut in there. And that's going to give us our reach. And as you can see, we're overlapping. This is the full piece here. We're going to come back and go half here. And that's actually going to probably be all we're going to do here. I'm going to go ahead and bring it over. No, I'm not. We're going to stop right here, and I'm actually going to cut this. What I'm doing is I'm actually putting the zip ties in here just to hold this in place. We're not going to cut these zip ties yet. You're actually going to come back on this pipe, and once we come back on this side of the pipe, we're going to overlap and just go all the way down. And try not to touch your skin or your face as you're doing this because of the fiberglass material inside this wrap. And you really can't reiterate, you really have got to get this as tight as possible for this to work. We're going to overlap, and I'm going to cut where this exhaust spring is going to hold the piece onto the pipe. Okay. And now that we have overlapped, now we get to come back and wrap over the part that we already have. Like so. And now, with it as tight as possible, we're just going to continue to go, overlapping halfway over the pipe. When you get little folds like this, don't worry, because once we come down, it's going to pull the wrap. And when you get it as tight as possible, see what it did? It went right over the little air gap that we have. There we go. And we're just going all the way down the pipe. This is why it's important to get this stuff really tight. Oh, it's so hot in this garage. It's 95 degrees in here. I am just sweating so bad. I do not know where the hell I can put an air conditioner in this garage. I have no space to cut another hole in the fucking wall so I could get some AC out here. Do not rush this. This is going to take you a little bit of time to do this. Once you do a couple passes, it gets a little easier. Hands are starting to hurt so bad. Shit, I don't think I got enough wrap. I fucking don't have enough wrap. I guess we'll end right there. Well, that wasn't ideal, but it will get the heat. Oh my God. I've had it. It's 100 degrees out here. Oh my God. And on this one here, we actually have a heat shield that goes on. And it looks like it stops right there. Okay, so you officially maybe watched all the way till the end of the video. Didn't quite make it to the end. I thought there was going to be enough. If I didn't overlap by half all the way through, we probably could have made it. But you're supposed to overlap by half. So, but this will get the heat off of the front area that I'm needing it to, all the way to the back with this heat guard. We made it all the way to the end of the heat guard, and then back here, not a big deal. So, yep. That's pretty much how you wrap a heat tube. This may solve your problem on your Outlaw 525. It may not, I don't know. Yeah, so just check out the playlist below. And if I have the links, I will put the links below for the heat wrap that I buy or recommend. Just make sure you buy a couple extra of the stainless steel zip ties if they don't come with it in the kit. And yeah, I'm out of here. You're taking one of these Outlaw pipes off. When you put the header pipe on, try to go from the clutch side and then push toward the front brake slide. And you may have to kind of willy waller that head pipe on. You need to make sure that you have the head pipe on all the way up to the actual, as far as you can get it.